adventure begins on a Tuesday night. The kids from the loft are ready to fight. 30 years running, we ain't gonna fail. It's another great night for spinning a tale. Our adventure begins with a quick recap, a character sketch and a digital map. Get out our dice and make a roll or two. Raise up our glasses and toast our brew. What game are we playing tonight? What wrongs are we gonna set right? Let's kick some ass and take some names in tonight's incarnation of Dream Slayer's game. Roll 'em if you got 'em. 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 The villains arrive with a vicious attack, a swift blindside that takes us aback. But don't worry though, it'll all be just fine, especially if we all roll 69. What game are we playing tonight? What wrongs are we gonna set right? Let's kick some ass and take some names in tonight's incarnation of Dream Slayer's game. Roll 'em if you got 'em. Roll 'em if you got 'em. Roll 'em if you got 'em.
All right, here we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of Marvel Galaxies with the Children of the Blindfather. Just a quick reminder, I'm just going to kind of jump right into some of the promotional stuff and get that out of the way real quick. Our merch store on TeePublic is up and running. Do not use Teespring. Very soon I'm going to be taking all of the Teespring stuff off because they are having major issues on shipping and production, and I've been waiting months for my own t-shirts and still haven't gotten them. But on TeePublic we've got t-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, and more, and you can rep your favorite galaxy spanning adventures in style on TeePublic. And if you like what you see here, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, you can support the channel over on Patreon. Every little bit helps keep the story going. And now, for a quick recap of what happened last time on Marvel Galaxies.
And here we go!
Jesus Christ. Somebody please throat punch him this episode, please. Last time on Marvel Galaxies, Usharia came face to face with the creator of the universe, God Emperor Doom. In a moment of cosmic revelation, she learned the true origin of this reality. Not a single natural creation, but a fractured patchwork born from the remnants of the multiverse. Usharia's visions ended with a disturbing revelation. This universe is not right. Worse yet, Doom now knows the family exists. While they remain mysteriously invisible to him for now, that veil may not last forever, and he is undoubtedly already beginning his hunt. Reunited with her family, Usharia and the Children of the Blindfather completed their journey to the Savage Land, alongside the grizzled pirate Captain Barracuda, in hopes of locating Ka-Zar, and perhaps a way off Hyboria to find their long-lost relatives, Nathan and Rachel Summers, the aunt and uncle they never knew existed. Their trek, however, was cut short when a brutal ambush came at the base of a roaring waterfall. The attackers, the Savage Land mutates, defending their territory. The battle was intense but short-lived, ending in a decisive victory for the family. Then, just as the dust settled, a shadow leapt from the jungle canopy. A saber-toothed tiger, snarling and wild, followed closely by the jungle warrior Ka-Zar and his wife, Shanna the She-Devil. Impressed by the family's strength and tenacity, Ka-Zar invited them to his camp. And now, we rejoin the story as the family learns what awaits beyond the jungle canopy. So, after the battle with the mutates, the family follows Ka-Zar and Shanna along a winding path into deeper jungle. The trail gives way to a hidden valley, where a treehouse village, woven from repurposed ship plating, thick vines, dinosaur bones, all rest in a natural clearing. Water trickles nearby. A few friendly tribespeople work in the distance tending to fruit groves and sharpening weapons. Waiting for them at the center of the camp is a young boy, barefoot and grinning with a wooden spear in one hand and Zabu's tail wrapped lovingly around the other. Ka-Zar kneels and opens his arms. Matthew, come meet our guests. The boy runs to his father, who scoops him up on his shoulder. This is Matthew, our son. Shanna smiles warmly and adds, Don't let the spear fool you, he's only 4. Ka-Zar gently sets Matthew down and offers the children a little nod. Well, I suppose I should address the mastodon in the forest. My real name's Kevin. Kevin Plunder, if we're being formal, though most round here know me as Ka-Zar. Long story, that. And you see Shanna kind of rolls her eyes behind him. Matthew tugs at her arm. Did you tell them about the fire lizards, Mummy? Not yet. Maybe you can draw them a picture. Ka-Zar speaks. So, we've had a long trek through the forest. I suppose it's time I ask you the questions. You all don't seem to be from Hyboria. Certainly the first time here in the Savage Land, or I would have come across you at an earlier date. Tell me, what brings you here? Now don't all speak at once.
To be truthful, we're trying to get our way off of Hyboria.
Huh.
This was never our intended destination.
Well, good luck to that. Shanna and I were looking to get off approximately 10 years ago. Crash landed here.
Similar stories.
Almost a decade ago, you too, eh?
Yes, unfortunately.
Where are you from?
You've probably never heard of it.
Oh, try me. Trust me. We've heard of most of the other planets in the system.
Well, who here wants to tell him where we're from? Hold on a second.
That's coming from the guy who came in late to the game.
Yeah, I know.
New Haven is the name of the...
New Haven, yes. I see it right here on my notes.
No, what planet are you from?
New Haven.
He looks over at Shanna. Shanna looks at him. She shrugs her shoulders. What star system is it in?
Nuevo Haveno?
He just made that up, didn't he?
I'm afraid I don't know the answers to these questions.
But you had a ship, yes?
Yes. Did we?
Mhm.
Yes. How else would we have gotten here? We were hoping that you had a ship or knew of one that would help us get off this planet.
Well, we did. Shanna and I weren't necessarily always playing jungle royalty. Back in the day, we were part of an interstellar peacekeeping outfit. That's easier to say than it actually came out of my mouth. Sword and Shield is what it was called. Sounds daft now, but we were proper good at it. A lot of flying about, helping planets sort the messes and such, that sort of thing. Then came the bloody Ravagers. Space pirates. Real charming lot. They hit our ship hard. We managed to get out before it tore apart, landed here by sheer dumb luck. As I said, that was about 10 years back. Tried fixing the ship at first, but the damage was, well, catastrophic. Salvaged what we could, traded the rest with the local tribes. No real chance of getting it airborne again, so we adapted. Built this place. Looks over at Matthew, started a family. Life finds a way, as they say. Wasn't much of a choice, really. We stopped thinking about leaving a long time ago. But I can tell by looking at your faces, this is a bit of a disappointment. Not what you were wanting to hear.
Not what we expected to hear. Do you
Well,
find the place hospitable?
oh, not at all. But it's home, and we've learned to adapt. He looks over at Shanna again. He says, "You know what I'm thinking, right?" She nods. Should I tell them? Well, you've opened your big trap already, so cat's out of the bag. All right. So you're wanting to get off this rock.
The goal?
There might be a way. There's a bloke. Hard to miss. Bit of a legend. Bit of an asshole. Really. But, his name's Namor. Calls himself the Submariner. Prince of bloody Atlantis, if you can believe it. He's powerful, but prickly. Doesn't suffer fools. His kingdom, beneath the ocean. Not exactly a stroll in the woods. But there's a place deep in the Savage Land. The locals call it the Land of the Lost. Creepy name, I know, but accurate. Jungle's thicker, time feels different. But there's a temple there. Prehistoric, alien, maybe. Inside it, crystals. Blue ones. They say that the crystals grant you the ability to breathe underwater, move like sea creatures. Could be the key to reaching Atlantis and getting off this planet. Word has it, Namor has found a way to reach the stars. Utilizes it when he sees fit. Doesn't share it very easily. But if you're mad enough to try it, I suppose Land of the Lost could get you started.
Land of the Lost. Doesn't sound easy to find.
Well, no. But I might be able to find someone that might be able to take you there.
We would be in your debt if you could.
Oh, no need for all that. Hopefully you won't be staying long. Once I send you there, it's likely you probably won't be coming back one way or the other.
How far away is it?
A day, a week, a year. But with my little guide, perhaps a couple of hours.
Has no one ever returned and told the tale?
I've been. I don't want to go back. I'll tell you that. It was a chore getting out of there. But, again, with my little friend, perhaps he might stand a fighting chance.
We are able to get off the planet. Are you interested in going as well?
I'm sure Sword and Shield sent out a recon looking for us many years ago. I assume they think us dead. Truthfully, there's a part of me that yearns to get back to the stars, but Matthew here has kind of changed my outlook on that. This place has been our home. Shanna and I have made a life here, a life we never thought we would have, but despite all the chaos that surrounds us, we've found this place, a peaceful place, one that we fortified, kept all the beasties out. We hunt, we gather, we make a living, we have a life. I think it would be hard for all of us to give that up, especially Matthew here. But I appreciate the offer.
I understand.
Well, give me a few minutes. I'll trot off into the woods and see if I can find my little friend.
I suppose you would like us to say hello to your little friend.
I'm sure he'll be happy to meet you. And as he said, he trots on off into the jungle. And you're left there by the fire with Shauna and Matthew and, some other of the tribe's members that are there. Shauna offers you something to eat. Says you all look a little bit hungry, a little bit parched. We have plenty to go around. So, tell me more about this new haven. Ka-Zar and I, as he said, with Sword and Shield, we've traveled the cosmos, and we know pretty much the entire layout of the stars, and have never come across a planet by that name. Is this your first time off your home planet?
It is, yes.
And you crash landed here?
Yes.
What set you all off on this journey off planet?
Well, we were looking for some family members. People we'd never met. But relations. It's a long story.
So Jace, if I can shapeshift, I don't know what limitations are my shapeshifting, but I think Jace is gonna get all like, let me tell you how it happened. And I want to like turn into, if it's just an appearance of, if I can, of one of those heralds. I can't remember all the heralds, just one, whichever one I can turn into, and be like, this guy showed up and said, I'm gonna kill you all. And then I want to turn into the Blindfather and go, Father is like, no, you won't. Look at me. I got fireball eyes. And then this other guy popped up, and I'm gonna show up as Galactus, of course, human-sized Galactus, and goes, "You will all die now." And then turn back into Blindfather and go, "Quick, get out of here and go to Krakoa or whatever the place was." And then we zoomed away. The end.
Galactus came to your planet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's taller in real life, though.
The world devour.
Mm-hmm. I guess.
Jace, show us again, please.
Okay, I'll turn into him. No, not actual size.
Yeah, this but larger. You know the name.
Oh, yes. He is Lord God Doom's hammer.
No, I'm pretty sure he was a guy.
Still getting used to that voice.
Doom, if a planet is not to his liking, bucks against his will, the world devourer is sent to destroy it. This is an empty apology, but I am truly sorry for your loss. How many others survived?
I believe it was only us.
Then you must find your family.
What more can you tell us about this?
About Galactus, simply Doom must have seen something in your planet that drew his ire. Or perhaps something that he wanted. There's very little that he would seek that he can't create himself. But these things do exist, and I have seen the work of the greed of Doom. You are alone. Yes.
Oh, was
Yes.
this what you missed on your home planet?
I'm sorry. I didn't understand.
You've witnessed the greed of Doom or Galactus.
Not on my home planet, but I've seen his work on others. And the devastation that followed at the hands of Galactus. You see the ring that circles this planet. That was Krakoa. Was. It was actually where Ka-Zar and I were traveling the home of the mutants. The mutants, I believe, well, I don't believe, I know, were gathering, amassing on one planet from all across the galaxy. And Doom took notice. Galactus was responsible for the destruction of Krakoa. And I assume it must be because the mutants across the universe were being tired of the persecution that they were subject to on each planet, realizing that that persecution was probably brought on them because of the machinations of the creator of the universe itself, the maker of both love and hate, and they were the target of that hate.
Can Doom be stopped?
He is omnipotent. How do you stop something with infinite power? Sword and Shield, we held the line. We had many scientists, technicians, magicians, all working for the same goal: a way to turn the tide, to dethrone our cosmic dictator. There were efforts being made, some successes, but mostly failures. I hate to say it was hopeless. Ka-Zar and I believe it was, but there are still some that see a silver lining. Perhaps not this generation, perhaps generations from now. They believe the answer lies out there somewhere, but I believe they are far from it. Sword and Shield was the spark left behind when worlds were scorched by Galactus. Just a few mad souls who remembered what came before, who believed in something better. We were soldiers, spies, messengers, saboteurs, mostly. Ka-Zar and I led teams through wormholes Doom thought sealed. I ran black ops across frozen moons. We stole from Doom's fleets, liberated camps, smuggled hope across systems choked by fear. But hope doesn't last. Not against him. Doom knows when you're coming. He feels it. The closer you get, the more your own thoughts betray you. We lost too many. Ka-Zar told you we crashed here. It's not really a lie. We were contemplating leaving. When we crashed here in the Savage Land, we thought it was a prison, but in the end, it became a refuge. If you found your way here, then fate is a tangled thread, and it's tangled you here with us. And fate rarely offers a way out, only through. Look, I don't know what your chances are getting off this planet. Ka-Zar seems to think that a parley with this Namor might be a possibility. But if you are able to get off planet, I would encourage you to seek out Sword and Shield. They are the Resistance. They have intricate knowledge of every planet within the system. If there is someone that you're looking for, they may not know them, but they may be able to at least point you in the right direction, and more importantly, get you there. They have a fleet of spacefaring spaceships. And perhaps individuals who might be willing to aid you on your quest. And with you knowing so little about what is out there, you're going to need all the help that you can get. Trust me on that.
If we do get off this planet and find Sword and Shield, and they ask how we heard of them or how we found them, do you wish to remain secret, your life here? It sounded like perhaps you were okay with them assuming your death.
I think it would do some of them good to know that we are still alive. They could send someone here to retrieve us, to visit us, but I think Ka-Zar and I still would stand strong. This is our home. But if you do make it to Sword and Shield, there's one man that I would put you in touch with. He was our commander. A little rough around the edges, but a good man. Commander Nick Fury. You can tell him that Shanna and Kevin said hello.
Thank you. What planet?
Yeah.
No, I was just going to ask what planet you were from and what Kevin was from. Kevin is not the kind of name I've really heard before. Very exotic.
We're from a place called Avalon. It's a strange and mystical place. She kind of looks around a little bit and kind of looks at Jace and his garb. Perhaps not quite so fancy as the young one here, but knights in shining armor, strange and old magicians, and a police force known as the Captains.
And was your
Do I?
planet?
Oh,
I'm sorry, go on.
sorry.
No.
Do I have a memory about Avalon from our interaction with the golden, what's his face? The golden boy?
Yes, yeah, I'm glad you remembered that. Yes, yeah. So you had a vision of a planet that fits that description. And yes, it was the, I gotta remember his name. Give me 1 second here. Calindius Castellino.
Bless you. That was the name of.
The merchant.
It was? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recognize that name?
Calindius. Yes, you came across him here on Hyboria.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, how about that?
He was a merchant. He sold most of us what we're wearing.
Do you recall where?
It was before we reached the Savage Lands.
Yeah, and it would have been north of Ganitas.
Of course it was. Just north of Ganitas.
Huh.
Before the ballad was written. Do you recall? Have you ever heard the ballad of the visitors to Ganitas?
I have not had the pleasure, no.
Oh, it's a shame. Okay. But go on.
Well, Calindius, I knew of him on Avalon. He, too, was a merchant there, but this has been, goodness, 15, 16 years ago. He disappeared. No one knew what happened to him. The captains of Britain went searching for him and came up with a dead end. I wonder how he would have come here.
He probably crash landed. Seems to be what happens.
He certainly was not a pilot or a spacefarer of any kind.
Is it possible that he was transported in a golden egg? I know it sounds ridiculous.
A golden egg.
Almost as ridiculous as the name Kevin, but
I don't know what that would be.
Nor I, just something it's just a lingering vision of mine.
And to clarify, you don't know what the golden egg is. You know what an egg is, correct?
I do know what an egg is. Yes, there's plenty of
yes.
those around.
Excellent.
Right about this time, Ka-Zar comes back out of the canopy of the jungle. And with him, the brushes rustle behind him, and out of the shadows of the jungle steps a small figure. Give me 1 second here. Let me pull something out for you. Say hello to my little friend.
I just had a Blazing Saddles flashback. Let me whip this out.
I was thinking you're misleading us as like some giant dinosaurs gonna come out.
Where did I put that little fucker? Where is he? Is he here? Well, where is the little bitch? Oh, maybe I didn't. Did I not upload him? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I didn't. Okay, so anyway, you're gonna have to just rely on my my storytelling here, so you can imagine what this guy looks like. Dana, just from the smile on her face, I think maybe she knows. So this small figure comes out of the shadows. He's no taller than a child, with dark brown, wild hair, and his body covered in a patchwork of furs and rough leathers. A grin spreads across his face as he bounds forward, with infectious energy in his movements. His skin is slightly brownish in tone, almost as if he's adapted to the strange environment that's around him. This is Chaka, Ka-Zar says with a nod. I found him a few years back running wild in the jungle. He's one of the few to escape the land of the lost and come back with his mind intact. Chaka gives you a look over, and his eye is just filled with mischief and curiosity. Chaka, survive! Land of lost. Land full of tricksy, evil. Time bend. Sleestacks hunt. Many come, never return. Many lost in pockets. Space. Time twist. Danger everywhere. Ka-Zar claps Chaka on the back and almost knocks him over. Chaka will be your guide. Trust him. He's the only one I know, other than myself and Shanna, that's survived it, and he knows the way better than anyone. But don't let him lead you astray, eh? He might be small, but this bugger's got more tricks up his sleeve than you'd think. Just stay close. Chaka kind of smirks a little bit at Ka-Zar's teasing, but then looks back at you guys. And his face kind of takes on a little bit more of a serious expression. And he walks up to Thalia, and he takes her hand, and he says, "Follow Chaka. Stay close. Land of lost. No place for fools. Don't trust ground, sky, or what you see." And he reaches into his pouch and he pulls out a small, jagged rock, holding it up to you. He says, "This special. Help with pockets. Always keep."
Thank you.
That little rock will help you keep your bearings. Chaka uses it to mark paths through the land. It's not much, but it'll keep you from getting stuck in a loop or throwing up in the brush. Chaka, here's the best guide you could ask for in this little nightmare that you're about to experience. And he tugs on your arm a little bit more, Thalia. Come, come, follow Chaka. We move quickly. Land of Lost, no time for delay. And he starts to kind of pull you towards the forest.
And I look back at everyone else to see if they're coming, but of course I'm going because, whatever. Bye!
Shanna kind of pulls Ka-Zar close and whispers into his ear for a moment. And he kind of draws back a little bit and has a little bit of a frown on his face. Shakes his head. And he says, if you do get off planet, tell Fury Kevin Plunder says hello.
Before we go,
Yeah.
and Jace says, with all that talk about eggs, can I have a few eggs to take with? Pretty hungry. And I hear they're really expensive nowadays. So.
Shanna pulls Matthew over, and then she gets a satchel and ties it up and hands it to Matthew. Matthew runs it over to you, and he says, here you go, Cloak Man.
I'll take it and go, thank you, dramatically. And I actually say it that way. I'm like, thank you, dramatically.
Jace, perhaps you and Griffin should stay here if the land of the lost does not suffer fools.
I don't know what you mean. Just wait until you're hungry and you want some eggs, okay?
I'm just going to chuckle. More like your father than you know.
All right, so are you guys departing?
I'm already gone.
Sounds like Thalia is already gone. You guys can
Where'd they go? They're already lost. No.
You guys can hear them kind of scrambling through the brush up ahead. And as you follow, the thick, humid air clings to your skin like a second layer of sweat. And you hear strange cries echoing in the canopy above. Chaka leads the way, silent and sure-footed, and never once looking back. The deeper you travel, the stranger the savage land becomes. The trees begin to twist unnaturally, actually physically bending towards you as you approach. And you think you hear whispering in languages that you've never heard of before. Shadows are stretching longer than what they should and curling like tendrils or fingers, almost like they're hungry. And then you feel time just beginning to slide. Day becomes night, then day again. Not gradually, but suddenly, like flipping a switch. Stars blink in the sky and vanish just as quickly. At one point, you pass under a massive stone arch carved with symbols from dead civilizations, worn by centuries of wind and water and something else. Chaka calls it the vein, but he doesn't really elaborate on that. Beyond that, things just start to fall apart. You blink, and one of your companions is walking backward through time. Blink again, and you see your own footprints ahead of you. The jungle becomes quiet. Too quiet. Almost as though it's like holding its breath. and you step through a thick wall of hanging moss and emerge somewhere else entirely. The Land of the Lost doesn't just announce itself, it invades your senses. The colors are all wrong. Sky is painted in bands of deep ochre and violet. Sun too low and too red, almost like an open wound in the sky. The air here is crisp and cold, despite the tropics you just left. A mountain floats upside down in the distance, its peak grazing the clouds. Rivers flow backward. Gravity flinches every few steps. This place is where time has lost interest in being linear. There's ruins from dead futures and forgotten pasts that are scattered across the land. A World War II bunker half swallowed by a Mayan temple. A rusted mech entangled in ivy and dinosaur bones. A steam-powered train engine embedded nose first into the side of a Viking longhouse. There are creatures that roam here, things that shouldn't coexist. A mammoth trudges beside a pack of cybernetic hyenas. Winged reptiles swoop overhead, occasionally distorted by static, like a broken television feed. People live here too, castaways from time, survivors, ghosts of alternate histories and discarded destinies. Some have built homes, some have built shacks, and some simply watch from the shadows, waiting for something or someone to change. Chaka turns to you, his eyes flashing with that unnerving calm. Family feels like you've been here before. Not just Land of Lost, remembering you first. Chaka pushes through a curtain of thick hanging vines, and you emerge at the edge of a wide rushing stream. And he looks back at you with another little gleam in his eye. This way, this way. And he starts to follow the stream upstream or downstream, whatever it is, weaving through dense underbrush and ducking under massive fern trees. The sounds of the jungle grow louder. There's insects, unseen creatures, something deeper, something rhythmic, mechanical. The stream finally widens into a shimmering lake surrounded by ancient trees. At the far side, a narrow path curls up through the rocks, climbing towards a sheer mountainside. Embedded into the stone of the mountain is a massive stone temple, overgrown and weathered by time, yet intact. Its stonework gleams in the sunlight, defiant against the nature that surrounds it. From the peak of the mountain above, now that you have a little bit more of a clear sky, you see a vortex of swirling wind and frost that tears through the clouds, spiraling upward into the atmosphere. It radiates the same almost arcane cold that you felt in the frozen wastes of Hyboria. As you watch this vortex, movement catches your eye along the lakeshore and through the jungle beyond. Up ahead, you spot more than 20 tall humanoid lizard creatures with green, leathery skin stalking the path. Their movements are slow and jerky, with large, black, unblinking eyes. Their claws are sharp and they hiss softly to one another in some forgotten tongue. You hear Chaka chime in. Sleestack. Remainers of lost race. Survivors of an ancient boom. Slow but dangerous. As he speaks, just beyond the slee stacks on the other side of the lake, the tree line shudders and a loud mechanical thoom, thoom, thoom stomps towards the lake. And crashing through the trees comes a massive robotic Tyrannosaurus Rex. Its metal armor shining in patches and rusted in others. Hydraulic limbs hiss from a ruptured port on its spine. Its roar is part animal, part machine, a terrifying sound of the past and the future colliding. That's Fred! They rebuild Fred somehow. Fred guards jungle. And then up at the steps of the temple itself, a line of armored guards. Their armor is golden, etched with Stygian glyphs and accented in sapphire blue. Each one of them wears a full helm with a sharp flared crest and holds a long glaive or sword, pulsing faintly with some sort of arcane energy. Chaka gasps a little bit at the image that he sees. Blackguard's not from this land. Stygia has no business in Land of Lost. If Blackguard here, then something wrong. That temple is where crystals lie. The water crystals. How you speak to Namor.
The crystals are what we need to get to him? They take us there?
Chaka don't know, but Chaka know you can use crystals to go underwater.
They are the Stone Temple pilots.
Ah, Stone Temple Pilots. I like that name.
It has a very musical ring to it.
But no, those Sleestack. They're slow. You could get by them. But Fred is strong.
Fred an enemy? Or simply a wild creature?
Fred wild.
Can we cross?
Unpredictable.
Can we cross the water?
Can you cross the water?
Well, is it dangerous?
Chaka no cross water. Chaka no swim.
Hmm.
Chaka have blue crystal. Chaka cross water.
You mean one of the Stone Temple pilots? You could use it to cross the water.
Oh, Chaka confused. Chaka thought you meant Blackguard Stone Temple pilots.
Oh, no, I meant the crystals inside the temple.
Oh.
That guide us like a pilot would. Allow us to.
Chaka don't get it.
We'll go back to calling them crystals.
Blue crystals.
So the Slee Stack we can possibly sneak past. Fred we may have to attack. And the Black Legion? Are they fast? Are they dangerous?
Who are these Stygian people? What are they like?
They are Stygian, Black Legion Stygian, but they don't belong here. Chaka don't know why they here. Black Legion come to Savage Land. Ka-Zar run them off.
Where are they from?
Stygia. Chaka told you that already.
What's that place like?
Sorry, Chuck.
You came from there, didn't you? You come from Stygia. The what is the name of place? Genitas? Not far from Stygia. Ka-Zar teach Chaka. Chaka know a lot about lands outside of Savage Land.
So, do these black guards? Do they have magic or?
Make a quick reason feat for me there, Jace.
Okay. Karma. Is it really bad?
82.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
You can get that up to a red easily.
Yep.
Well, you remember for sure that Conan was from Stygia. And more importantly, so was Thulsa Doom.
Oh, okay. So these are Thulsa Doom people. Why is there so much doom around here?
Doom everywhere.
God doom it.
Chaka heard that one before.
So what do you want to do, guys?
Well, we don't have much of a choice. Let's see if we can get past the slee stack. Get a closer look at Fred. See what we're up against.
I mean, like, how smart are these slee stack? Like, can I look like one of them, you think, Chaka, and pretend they're my prisoners? Would that, like, fool them?
Oh. Cloakman's smart.
Well, I like to brag. But yeah.
Sleestack's stupid.
Want to try that, guys?
Sure.
Yeah.
Chaka think plan might work.
All right, I'm gonna turn into one of them. Those a slee stack.
Oh. Good. Okay, bye. Chaka bolts. He's gone.
I'm feeling good about this plan, guys.
So
Except I just go.
is Fred the actual size of a T-Rex or smaller?
He is T-Rex in size, yes.
Oh, okay.
All right, Jace. This was your plan. Take lead. And let's hope and pray that this works.
Oh, do we? Let's say we figure this out before I. Maybe I can just talk in this figure form, whatever it is. Do we have rope? We have rope, right? Can I like tie your wrists or pretend to tie your wrists or something? So that pretend you're a prisoner. What do you think? Like a loose tie, just something so it looks like I'm dragging you along or something. We have rope, right? This is a role playing game. We always have rope.
What do you need a rope
What do
for?
you need a fucking rope for?
Fine, get your rope.
Get your fucking rope. Yeah, I'm sure that there's rope, and if not, Larry can probably make it for you.
Oh, that's true. Yes. All right, let's try this and see what happens. What's the worst that could happen?
All right, so you get some rope and loosely kind of tie everybody. Are you kind of tying them in a line together and pulling them along?
I guess. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Let's leave it really loose so you guys can get out real easy if you need to for fighting. Just drop it.
All right.
All right.
So you're going to make your way along the path?
Uh-huh.
All right. So you start walking and kind of come out into a little bit of a clearing. Let me pull the map up here for our viewers so they can see. And this group of Sleestack right here, with each one of these tokens represents 3 of the Sleestack. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
Way
like
to bury the lead.
No, I told you. I said there were like 20 standing around. This group of Sleestack right here take notice of you first, and kind of move toward the group as you guys are walking in that direction. Let's see, Jace, where are you? Right there. Okay. So you'll be leading the group. And the Sleestack begin to walk towards you, and they start like chittering and hissing in your direction.
Okay. I will nod.
I would like for you to make a reason feat. Let's see if you have anything else. Yeah, dope, just reason.
Okay. In case it's relevant, I have actor also.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah, you can do a +1 column shift.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and karma that.
68. All right, that gets you green, so you can get that up to yellow.
Let's do that.
The Sleestack and this secondary group now has also taken notice and is also kind of moving in your direction. They kind of part a little bit to allow you to kind of pass, and you guys kind of continue your trek around the lake through the Sleestack and up around the bend up here. As you're passing the Sleestack, they're all kind of reaching out to you with their little clawed fingers and touching you. And you can feel the sliminess of their fingers kind of raking across your flesh and your clothes as you go by, but they're letting you pass. As you get to this position here, you see a figure up on top of this rock right here. He looks very much like Chaka, but adult, tall, large, kind of looks like a Sasquatch, kind of like what you fought back in Hyboria. But he's just crouched, sitting, and watching you pass, and kind of giving you a little bit of a stink eye as you go, but he's allowing you to continue. As you approach the next set of Sleestack here, I'm going to have you make another reason roll with your +1 column shift there, Jace. $53, got a green. They too begin to hiss and chitter in your direction. Do you repeat the nod? You're muted.
Yes. As is my character. He was injured. This is my method acting. He was injured in a battle a long time ago. He's mute. He's a throat injury, so that's why he can't talk.
The slee stack that's in the lead steps forward a little bit and comes directly up to you, and he begins to sniff. And he backs up a little bit, but he's cautious.
Okay.
And now you're getting pretty close to old Fred. Fred is used to seeing the slee stacks, but you've got a group of individuals that Fred is unfamiliar with. And Fred turns to you, and you see these two glowing red eyes as you approach, and he kind of stomps over. And he leans down to the family. And let's see here. I think probably Flag and Griffin are behind Jace. And he kind of nudges both of them with his snout, kind of knocking them a little bit off balance. And he looks at you. He looks at the other group of the slee stack. The slee stack chitter at him, and he steps back to the edge of the lake right here to give you room to continue.
All right, let's go.
And now you're making your way up the path up towards the temple and the Black Legion. Now, this member of the Black Legion here takes notice of you as you're walking up that way. And he holds out his hand to you, Jace. And he says, "That'll be far enough."
Yeah, we don't know if they work together or not, so I don't know what to do. I will sniff his hand like the other ones did.
And he draws his sword and he puts it up to your chest. "Back off, lizard. You protect this place. But the master will have your head if you interrupt the ritual." "Who are these? And why have you brought them here?"
Yeah, I wonder if he knows their language or not. I'm going to mimic what they said.
Sacrifice!
Okay.
Yeah. But why don't I pretend to pull, and one of you maybe say something like that, since I can't really say words except hissing. If you want, I'll pull, pretend, jerk you guys a little bit. Anybody want to do something? I'll go and hiss.
I'll stumble to the ground.
And I will look at them. I guess then I'll hiss and look at the Black Legion and go like this and point at them.
Okay. Make another acting roll for me.
I'm gonna win an Emmy. Gonna win an Emmy. Karma.
Good thing calling karma there.
Yeah, that's gonna about do what I can to boost up the green.
All right.
Let me look at the chart. I have enough, whatever it is. So I'll spend it.
He had a green too. He kind of looks at you a little bit strange, for using hand symbols. I don't think he's seen that before, but
Very
he
intelligent one.
he gets the gist.
Does he allow us to continue forward, or what's he gonna do?
He still has a sword pointed at your chest, and he says, and he kind of presses it in just a little bit, not to cut you, but just to kind of force you back just a little bit. He says, "You wait here." And he goes back to confer with the other members of the Black Legion.
Are we far enough away where we can just kind of whisper to each other
Yeah,
and
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
hear us?
While they're doing that, yeah.
The slee stack that are behind us, can they hear us or anything, or are they just sort of hanging out and watching the show?
They're kind of wandering around now aimlessly, just like they were before.
Okay.
What do you think, guys?
I can't believe that actually worked this far.
Good job, Jace. So far, so good.
Thank you. Just call me Egghead, so you get eggs.
We're still not inside, though.
You have little faith. So if they don't let us, what are we gonna do?
Well, we don't really have a choice, do we? We force our way in.
All right. I don't like that.
Okay. So, these two members of the Black Legion come back down the trail. And they point at you once again.
Are you pros?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Can
Oh,
you
there you
hear
go.
me okay?
Can
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
You're moving.
OBS just shut down. It's trying to reboot. I've been having a little bit of trouble with that now, but hopefully it'll come back. The guard that you were speaking to, Jace, says, "You, Lizard Man, give us the prisoners."
I will hand him the rope.
He takes it and he tugs on it to get the rest of you to follow. And he makes a comment as he's starting to pull you up the path. And he says, "Bested by a bunch of lizard men." And he begins walking you up to the temple. Jace, what are you doing?
I'm going to walk in wherever there's trees at, or out of line of sight, and turn into one of those Black Legion guys.
Okay. All right, cool. And then just follow them in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'll give, if anybody looks at me, I'll give whoever's last in line a little push.
Okay. If they take notice of you, they don't think anything of it.
This is the bad thing about having people in uniforms.
And you guys are brought into the temple. Let me get you into the temple. And I'm going to put 2 Black Legion in here too. All right, so you step through a very narrow hallway, and at the end of this hallway, you can see kind of this glowing blue light that's kind of spilling out of there in a burst of cold, icy cold air, and eventually enter into this grand ritual chamber. The room itself is circular and massive and bathed in ghostly blue hues. And the source becomes clear as your eyes adjust. The walls, floor, and vaulted ceiling are lined with glowing blue crystals, all pulsing rhythmically like a heartbeat that you were never meant to hear. Arcane symbols dance across the crystal surfaces in patterns too complex for you to comprehend, all converging towards the center of the room. And there, erupting upward in a violent spiral, is a towering vortex of ice and wind, a living blizzard roaring to the heavens through the open roof above. The ritual is active and it's tearing a hole through the sky. The chamber rises in 2 levels with curved ramps winding up the edges like serpents to a high platform directly across from you. On the upper tier, set into the very stone of the mountain itself, are 3 massive portals, oval and vertical, rimmed in molten blue metal. Beyond them lies an impossible sight. You see a shimmering undersea kingdom, luminous and alive. Just beyond reach, towering spires, coral towers, and whale-sized leviathans drifting lazily past glass domes. Over to the left on the platform, you see Commander Inaros. His arms outstretched, his golden black legion armor streaked with frost. His blue cape snaps violently in the wind in the chamber, but he remains steady and unmoved. His voice booms, calling out in Stygian tongues. To his left is Baron Canoob, nearly swallowed in his robes of layered silk and gaudy jewels. His greenish skin sweats despite the cold, and from his stubby little hands he feeds blue crystal shards into a silver basin, giggling to himself as the vortex snarls overhead. Count Ducalan stands in dignified silence. He's over here on the right. And he clutches a ceremonial blade. His scarlet robe flutters underneath his burnished breastplate, the golden crown atop his head, catching the blue light and casting twisted reflections. He chants in rhythm with the ritual song that Redondo is playing, and he's up in this direction right here. You'll see him here. If you hover over these, it'll pull up their full picture.
Yeah, we don't see that map.
Oh, you don't see
Yeah,
it?
we're not.
Oh, well, shit.
Yeah, we're not in
Okay,
the temple.
hold on. I thought I pulled you there. I guess I didn't.
I'm like looking all over for these guys. I'm like, I don't see them.
There we go. Should be coming in now, maybe. Hello? No?
Nope.
Activate. Activate.
Maybe if you say Wonder Twins and right before it, no word.
Okay, so.
It's loading. It's just really slow.
Oh, okay. All right. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Nice. I like all the colors and lighting.
Yeah, it would have been nice if you would have seen that while I was telling you all that shit. So, Redondo is up right here. I'll ping him. He is the one playing a mournful melody on his lute, somehow audible even over the storm. He sways almost in a trance, with velvet robes soaked at the hems, and the music fueling the magic like blood fills a heart. Half visible, half erased from time itself, the Zarn, right here, phases in and out behind the ritual circle, a silhouette of luminous code, limbs glitching and reforming. Usharia, this is who controls the portals, tuning them like clockwork instruments. And with him, on the upper dais, where the wind roars and ice shards spiral like angry spirits, stands the architect of this madness, Thulsa Doom. He raises both arms, his tattered green robes billowing like smoke, his armor a warped reflection of God Emperor Doom's. But it's dulled and cracked. A glowing sigil burns in his chest, feeding the storm above and opening the portals along the walls. You hear him speak. The Everwinter surges. Hyborian flame will be extinguished, and from the frost a new empire shall rise. We begin our siege on Atlantis, my brothers. Inuros, summon your armies. With the power of the water crystals, we shall take the Atlanteans by storm. One of the members of the Black Legion holds up his finger. He's like, pardon me, sir? Sir, who dares? One of the lizard men has brought these captives here, apparently for sacrifice. Enough. Take them away from here and kill them yourselves. I need no sacrifice for this ritual. We are nearly complete, and you are interrupting. Terribly sorry, sir. Terribly sorry. All right. Back out. Back out with him. And they start to kind of gather you up and tug on the ropes a little bit and start to try to pull you back up the tunnel.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Am I within arm's reach of the one guy standing next to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna put my hands on his armor and turn spikes inward.
Ooh.
I'm gonna cause his armor to go inward there.
Okay. So. All right.
Alrighty. Let's see what happens here. Karma.
Ooh. Good thing you
Karma.
called karma. All right, 42. Let's see here, universal table.
Yeah. Incredible. Wait, 42. The 36 should get me there, right? No. Yeah, 31 should get me there. On Incredible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, my table's all fucked up. Hold on. There we go. There we go. That's better. Now I can see. Okay. How much damage does that do? What is your power rank?
Oh, my power rank's Incredible.
All right.
And then we'll check here. Yeah, I guess that would be Incredible.
All right, you see him just lock into place. And from underneath the helm, just a torrent of blood comes out, and he screams. I suppose you guys should probably roll initiative. All right, Larry, what's your bonus?
I think it's +2. Hang on. My little card kept moving. +2. Yeah.
Okay. Thalia?
+3, I believe. Why don't I know that? I thought it was 3.
Oh, Jace got a 1.
Yes, 3.
Yeah, I have a +2 in initiative. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
All right, Griffin has got a +2. Usharia has a +4. Lopes, what's yours?
+1.
And Clag has a +2. All right, so top of initiative, big surprise, it's Usharia. So I know you can't see this, but kind of painting the picture for you. You got this kind of large round room. All of the main bad guys are up on the second level. You've got Commander Inaros and Count Duclon at opposite ends at about a 45-degree angle from you. And closer in towards the center dais is Baron Canoob and Redondo. Thulsa Doom and the Zarn stand on the central dais.
Who's Count Duckula?
Count Duclon?
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like kind of a regal king.
So he's in there too?
Yes.
And Eneros is the blue-robed one?
Inaros is the blue-robed one, yes. One of the leader of the Black Guard.
Okay. And you said someone was the architect, and that I realized...
Yeah, Zarn is the one that is kind of controlling the portals.
Zarn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he's the one that's kind of made of like, looks to be like computer code.
Mm-hmm.
Very out of place with the rest of this group.
Interesting. Does if I need to use cosmic awareness to decide who to target, I think I would try to use the hypno disc.
Okay. All
and
right.
I did hear that Redondo is keeping the rhythm, and that music fuels the magic. And I don't know if that's just a poetic language or if I should go for Redondo.
If so, I leave this up to you. You can choose to use your cosmic awareness, knowing that there might be a negative effect to that. Or if you just want to go with instinct, you can just go with your instinct and go with who you think you should be targeting.
Okay.
And like most of those descriptions were kind of for your benefit, so I'm being a little bit extra colorful with my descriptions to kind of key you into certain things.
Yeah, that's nice. I don't think I know that it's gonna potentially go badly if I use cosmic awareness. But
that's true. Yeah. I mean, you see things, occasionally warping in your view. Oh, there you go. Now you can kind of see it.
Yeah, I mean, I am getting big blue robe energy from so I might just go for him.
All right, for Redondo.
No, The blue robed one, Eneros.
Oh, the blue roped one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. And hypnodisc on him.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Oh, hey, Maximilian, is he still with us?
Oh shit, yeah, he is. Damn, I keep forgetting to
Yeah,
put
I
him
forgot.
on there. He's not part of the family, so I keep forgetting to draw him out there. But yes, yeah, he's there. I'll get him out there in a second. We'll deal with that here in a minute. Okay, so hypnodisc. And if you noticed, Usharia, I added your hypnodisc to your picture. Oh no, you haven't noticed, but it's there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I might call Karma.
All right. $49. So that's a green, and then to get you up to, it's gonna be easier for me to get you up to a yellow. You spend 10, and then that'll get you up there. So I'll take that off. And he gets to roll Psyche. And got a green. So your yellow beats, by far, beats his green. He really needed to get a red because it's so far above what his Psyche is. So you now have him kind of at your command. And it's still your action, so if you want him to act, he can act. Or
And he commands the Stygian army.
yes. Mm-hmm.
I think can I convince him to command them to stand down and remove the lizards?
The lizards are gone.
Okay.
Uh,
Stand down and silence that fool Redondo.
okay. Yeah, so he says that.
Okay.
And the one Black Legion that kind of was the one leading you guys in here, with the deeper voice, looks over at the other guy who's still screaming. And he looks up at Inaros and kind of cocks his head to one side, and then he draws his sword and begins to just slowly walk up the steps.
Oh no.
As you command, sir. And after Usharia, we go to Larry. And you're still muted. Or frozen. Oh, there you go.
Yep, there I am. Sorry. I'm going to head up the stairs, headed toward Commander. What's his last name?
Inaros.
Inaros. Okay. This grid line, I couldn't. Yeah, there, I zoomed in. Basically looking to do something similar to what I did to the Black Legion there.
Okay.
That was an easy 1-2 punch.
And you would have taken damage from that, so give yourself 10 points of damage.
Okay. Yes. You gotta tell me that. But with him, what I'm gonna do is slide, run up, slide, so I'm touching just his legs, and I'm gonna try to fuse his leg together with his other leg.
Okay.
And have his metal shin guards essentially fused together.
Now, Inaros, just as a reminder, that's who Usharia has hypnotized.
Oh. Sorry, I thought that was the Black Legion dude because he moved.
No, Inaros called out to have him stand down and then attack the Redondo.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But I would say make a reason feat because maybe you don't even realize that. So if that was your target, yeah, go ahead and make a reason feat.
Okay. Reason.
Yeah, no, you go after Inaros, yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
All right, so you're going up to him. Go ahead and make that roll.
Okay. No.
What the heck?
Karma.
Yeah.
Man.
You're rolling like I was for you the other day.
Yeah. I need new dice. I'm gonna have to work on getting some new dice.
All right, so on the incredible table, you got to get that up to a 31.
Yep. So 20.
And then take 10 more points of damage for that.
Okay.
But you're just trying to fuse his legs together in the armor, correct?
Yeah.
Kind of to immobilize him?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so no damage on that. No extra actions?
No.
Okay. Thalia.
Can I roll for extra actions? And you'll have to remind me how, because I don't remember.
Just fighting feat.
Fighting feat. And do I say karma on these or
I would suggest it, yes.
karma?
Ugh.
Damn.
Remarkable. You got to get that up to a 36. And then that'll get you one extra.
Woo-hoo. Okay, well, I guess that works, right?
Yep.
Okay. What I would like to do, if I can, with my 2 actions, my regular action and one more, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would like to do like rapid fire or shoot 2 arrows at once, just like that stupid Robin Hood movie from the 90s.
Okay.
Men in tights.
Yeah, men in tights.
No, the other dumb one. That one's clever. No, I'm talking about Kevin Costner. I love that freaking stupid movie. Anyway, yeah, I want to shoot 2, and I want to shoot Thulsa Doom, and I want to telekinetically send them off to the side so they come from both sides at him.
All right.
Maybe can I delay one just by a half a second so that it's like one would hit then the other?
Yes.
Very specifically stupid, right? Okay, so I roll under. I'm just making sure I'm doing this right. Okay, I roll under the amazing Algonquin longbow. Yes.
Yep.
Karma.
80.
Oh,
There you go.
Not bad at all.
All right, and that's on the amazing column, so you need to get that up to a 91.
Bad. 36 and 11.
And then how much damage does that do?
Well, it's not sparked. With spark is 60. Monstrous damage with TK total of. I don't understand. I'm sorry. Remarkable. If using telekinesis to hit.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go with that. Remarkable. I am struggling to understand how this is written. I'm very sorry.
Okay, so it's remarkable without the spark. So you do a total with the 2 of them of 60 points.
30 each, right?
Yeah, 30 each.
Okay. I apologize.
No, that's all right.
I was struggling with those words for some reason.
Cool. Great. Something wrong with that one. Okay, so Thulsa Doom. All right. Okay. You're not going to see his bar go down because there's something wrong with that token. Something must have happened when I transferred everything over. So
Oh,
it's okay. I'm keeping
okay.
track.
Thank you.
So that was 2 actions technically
Yes.
for you. So
Yep.
all right. So Thulsa Doom now has been shot,
Man.
and he's pissed.
Yay.
And you see the vortex in the center kind of waver a little bit, but he still has control over it. And he looks through the storm and points in your direction, and you see like this purple energy form around his hand, and shoots an eldritch bolt through the storm.
Bye.
Ooh, got a 9, and he missed.
Oh.
And with his second action, he brings one arm up, and you see like this golden dome form around him.
Shit. Okay.
Count Dukalon goes next. And Dahlia, you feel inside your brain something invading. And it's like this almost like itchy kind of feeling inside your head. But nothing else happens. You take no damage. All right. Damn, these guys are rolling terrible. The group, you see the Zarn just kind of flicker out for a moment and flicker back, and when he flickers back, he's got his hand reaching out in your direction quick. And you feel just kind of a brush of not wind but force kind of come in your direction. No damage there. Baron Canoob. Runs towards Larry in a charging attack. Got a 46 to hit on that, so that's going to hit. And Larry, you would take 20 points of damage from that. Now, do you have armor? You do. And it's incredible, so it soaks it. So you don't take any damage from that. Lopes comes to you.
All right. Let's see. Can I just roll fighting?
For extra actions, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Karma. No, that was a waste. I got him, right?
You got 46. Oh, sorry. You got an 83 on amazing. So you call the karma.
Yeah,
just
93.
Yeah, just spend 10 karma points and you're fine. You get a total of 3.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, cool. Let's see. Larry seems to be doing all right. Count Dugalon is tickling Thalia's brain, right? And Thulsa Doom has. Okay. Let's see. How far can I go?
15 squares.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I just get past this Black Legion guy, or is he going to stop me?
You can try.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, I want to get up to Count Dukalon.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hit him with my... Where is it? Trying to decide what I want to use here.
Now, you
I'm gonna use
could,
my-
since you're moving, I'm just kind of giving you a little hint here. You could do a charging attack on him if you want.
Okay.
And that's using endurance as the base. And you've got, now, you've moved 11 squares.
Mhm.
So that's 3 areas of force behind that.
Okay.
So you would roll on the incredible column, but you would do 100 points of damage potentially.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then. You said that's an endurance
Yeah.
thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does my martial arts A
It
play
does
into
not.
that at all?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna call Karma, and I'm gonna do that.
Oof. Good thing with the karma.
Yeah. So that was one. What? Incredible. Where am I? And I rolled a 9,
Yeah.
and
So
I need to
you
get that up to a
it
green, so I gotta get a 31.
31. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So you
do
hit
it.
for 100 points of damage. He's got to roll endurance. Got a 51. So he's not dying, but he is out.
All right. Cool. So that was my first action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I want to go. Oh, I can't move anymore, can I?
No, you've got 4 more squares.
4 more. Okay. 1, 2, 3,
There you
4. All right. I want to try and hit Redondo.
Good.
Can I do the same thing?
go.
Or do I have, because
Yeah.
I went 15 full squares, am I going to do any damage?
Ooh. No, that's a good point. I mean,
Yeah.
theoretically, yes. I mean, you just basically ran into him, poosh, and then
Okay.
into the next guy. So yeah, yeah.
All right. I'm going to call Karma again.
Mm-hmm. 34.
All right. So I got the green.
It's a green, so get that up to a yellow.
Yellow. I'm on Incredible, so I got to get that up to a 61. Is that right?
61, yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So I got 34. So I'm going to I'll just spend 30. It'll be easier math.
And he is currently dying.
Okay, so that was 2 actions. I got a third one.
Yep.
Okay. My null blade. I can't throw it, can I? Okay.
No,
No,
because that energy is coming basically out of you. That's a channeling thing.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. In that case, I'm gonna send Zapole out after the Zarn.
okay.
Let's see. What do I roll at? My doppelganger?
You just need to make an agility roll for that to place
Okay.
him where you want him. You just need to get a yellow to put him
Okay.
right where you want him.
All right, I'll call Karma. Well, didn't do that. Anyway.
Okay. What's your reason?
My reason is good.
Okay. Let's treat that, because I was going to say this before you rolled. Make a reason feat.
Okay.
So that we'll use that as the reason feat. You called karma, but you would need to get that up to a 46 to get this.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll with Karma.
Well, before you do that, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Instead of putting him next to him, put him inside him.
Ooh, I like that. Okay. All right. Karma. Okay, cool. I got it. 59.
All right. So then with the... Oh, no, that... Okay, so that should be on the remarkable column, because that is your actual pinpoint to do that. So what I was saying was that 6
Yeah.
would have been your reason feat.
Oh,
this
I see.
This
Okay.
roll would have been for your targeting. So you got it if you spin the karma to get it up to a yellow.
Okay. And what was I?
So on the remarkable table, you need to get it up to a 66.
66?
Yep.
Okay, yes. Okay, cool. So did I do it?
You did, and I was just looking to see how much damage that would do to him. And that's a yell, so it's a possible stun. So the Zarn is going to roll endurance. Got a 99,
God.
so he's not down, but he takes damage. Let me see if this guy will work. Yeah, no, he's not. Okay, so he's going to take 40. Okay, got it. And that was it for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was 3.
All right, Griffin. Is going to make let's see how far he can go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He's making a beeline for Tulsa Doom. And I think he's going to make a charging attack. 76, which is a possible slam. It's a slam. And he knocks Thulsa Doom into the portal, sending him into the depths of the ocean.
Does he have a crystal with him? Yay!
Don't know. And then he whips out his flail and sends it towards the Zarn, who was solid. $65 to hit, which is a yellow. And that does 50 points of damage, which might just be enough. Yeah. Takes him out. The Zarn disappears. Redondo's out. Clag leaps towards Commander Inaros and tries to kick him into the portal. Got a 77. Just staggers him. But does how much damage? 1, 2, 3, so it's monstrous damage. That would take him down. Five. Okay. And then that goes to Inaros. So actually, he's already, well, he hasn't really actually done an action. So Usharia, Inaros still has an action, but at this point, all the other guys are either in the water or down.
Do we want to interrogate him or something?
Well, we got that Canoob guy, right?
Oh, yeah, Canoob's still up. Yeah, that's
Noob.
right. Mm-hmm.
Is he a tough?
He's a little short midget.
Oh, tough guy.
Yeah, tough guy.
I hate to kick him in when he's down. But I could vibrang him, I suppose.
All right.
One vicious. You know, whatever. I don't.
That's the
that
sound
makes-
it makes.
Does it? I got it.
You got a 94 to hit.
Wow.
It was that sound that did it.
It was.
I gotta get a sound for my Knoll blade now.
All right, so remarkable damage on him. I don't think he can soak any of that, so
I don't normally hear it, but in this cavern, you know it.
all right, so you whop him upside the head with that. It potentially might knock him out. Nope, 99 again. So he's still up. Oh, wait, hold on. You couldn't have done that. Because you're acting as you, not as Commander Baron. But that's okay. Let's go to Jace and see what Jace has got.
Jace will. So Canoob's the only guy, right? So I'm gonna run up there as a guard.
Mm-hmm.
I'll run up there and I'll be like, "Let me help you." If I know his name, Baron Canoob. I don't know if they said his name or not. And then I will morph into Cloakman and whip my cloak around his face and head and start choking him.
All right.
Can I do a fighting to see if I can do more than one attack?
Yes.
Or because I probably have to grapple then attack, right? So, that's just a fighting check, or
Yep.
is it a martial art check?
Fighting.
Okay. So, karma.
58. On the remarkable, we'll get you 1, and just spend 10 because you can't get 3. You got to get a red to get 3.
Did I get anything? Did I get 2?
Yep, you got 2. Mhm.
Okay. Oops. Okay. Get down quick. All right. So that I'm gonna, as I run up there, saying I will save you or something, and then I'll morph into Cloakman as I reach there and whip my cloak around his head and face. And because it's so hot and no, it's cold in here. And that never mind. I was gonna say it was sweaty cloak, but it was not.
Well, he's sweaty. He's sweaty.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna do a grappling attack, and then
Yeah.
I guess I'll do the attack or the damage if I hit. So wrestling hit. Karma.
Oh, double lot. Look at that.
Wow, 100. Okay.
And he goes down and is dying.
Okay. I'll give him CPR so he didn't die. I don't want him to
Okay.
die. Cloakman doesn't kill.
So Redondo and Baron Canoob need assistance. The battle has subsided very quickly. Also, Doom has kind of disappeared into the ocean where you cannot see him anymore. And as that happens, the storm in the center of the room begins to dissipate and fade. The portals are still open, and the crystals, the arcane symbols now disappearing with the storm, begin to thrum calmly within the walls. And your destination, Atlantis, lies just beyond those gates. And we'll call that for this evening.
I feel like we're hitting our groove in the battles.
I know, that was like super fast. I mean, Thulsa Doom was going to be a bitch. I'll tell
That's
you
why I was
that
trying to take
for sure.
everybody else
Yeah,
out.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, we were going to be here for at least another half hour with him, probably, if Griffin hadn't knocked him into the ocean. Now, you don't know whether or not he's got a crystal or not, so
yeah.
we shall see. But yeah, karma for tonight. Let's see here. That would be 280 karma points. And you are one step closer to getting off this planet. Finally. Now you just have to parlay with Namor, the Submariner. And he's a dick. He's a dick.
Namor, say more.
All right, guys. Thanks for playing. And for those of you out there watching, thanks for watching tonight. Sorry for the few hiccups there with the bad connection. I'm gonna have to look into that. But we appreciate you all watching. Thanks a lot for coming tonight.